Hi, it's me with Crafting Daily Dose, and today I have an alternative for the March 2023 Paper Pumpkin Kit called 10 Years of Growth. This is a locking gatefold card that is able to stay closed on its own, and then you open it up like this. Now I have two areas here for my message, but if you like to write a lot, there's even room to add 2 more message panels. In order to fold it back up to go into your envelope, you just put these in underneath the label, just like this, and then it's going to stay closed. This fold was inspired by Sam Calcott at Mixed Up Crafts, and I know my friend Rachel Tessman is also using this fold for another alternative, and I'll have links to both of their videos in the description box. We get to use the main stamp set as well as the bonus stamp set for this card. I'm excited to show you how to make it, so let's get started. Here are the pieces that we're going to be using for this project. The card base this time is Coastal Cabana cardstock, and it is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. We're going to make several score lines, but you only need 2 to begin with. You're going to want one at 2 1/8 of an inch, and then at 6 3/8 of an inch along the long side. We'll make the rest of the score lines together after we stamp this piece. I also have a piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock that is 3 7/8 of an inch across, so it is just under 4 inches, and then it's 2 inches in height. I have 2 pieces of basic white cardstock for the message panel. Each one is 5 3/8 of an inch across by 1.5 inches in height. If you wanted more room for your message, you can create 2 additional panels for a total of 4. Now from the kit, I'm going to be using this large label die cut, as well as this small sentiment label. This fits the birthday message that I'm using, but you can use the longer one if that fits your sentiment better. And then I've got that beautiful gold foil happy die cut. Now I'll be stamping with polished pink ink, which is the color that comes with the kit. And then I'm also using shaded spruce, and if you don't have this color yet, you'll be pleased to know that this is the one that's coming in the April Paper Pumpkin Kit. Okay, the supplies have been gathered and we're ready to get started. I've got my silicone craft sheet underneath for a little bit of cushion, and I'm ready to stamp the birthday sentiment onto my label using polished pink ink. Next, I've got that message panel for the inside, and I'm going to be stamping my sentiment off to the left so that there's more room for me to write my message. For this, I'm using shaded spruce ink. Now for the really fun stamping, we are going to be stamping on the front of our card base. So this is a gatefold card that folds like this, and we are going to be stamping on this surface here. If you haven't already, go ahead and reinforce those folds down with your bone folder so that they'll lie down a little bit flatter for you. Now I'm going to be stamping those large leaves from the bonus stamp set using shaded spruce ink. This is a larger stamp, so if you are using that clear block that came free with the first box in your subscription, you can put it on diagonally so that it fits. I'm holding my paper down as I stamp so that it doesn't pop up unexpectedly on me. And then I'll go back to fill in the extra spaces with the sprig stamp using polished pink ink. And it's perfectly fine if there is some overlap. Now that I have this stamped, I'll go ahead and add in the additional score lines. I wanted to save this step until after we had done the stamping because sometimes you get an uneven result if you're trying to stamp over a crease. So here we have our card. I'm going to go ahead and open it up like this. And I'm going to create a new score line at the 1/2 inch mark. I'm careful to use my lighter scoring blade, not the darker one that's meant for cutting. We already have a score line at 2 1/8. The next one we need is at 3 3/4. And then 4 3/4. We already have a score line at 6 3/8, and then the last one we need is at 8 inches, which is basically 1/2 inch from the other edge. Now we've got the rest of the score lines. Let's go ahead and fold them. So starting with the first one that we had made, this one is going to be a valley fold. So fold it towards you like this, and then reinforce that down. The next one is already folded, and then we've got 2 in the middle. Both of those are going to be mountain folds away. The next one was already folded, and then this last one is going to be another fold towards us. And now we can move right into assembling the card. Here's the message panel that I've already stamped on. I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on the back. I'm using glue for this, but you can also use Stampin' Seal or even the glue dots that come with the kit. And then I'm going to center it onto this panel right here. So here's that short flap, and then it's the one that's right next to it. And then the other panel that was left plain is going to go on the opposite side. Now I'll take the other piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock and add it to the back of the label. This is just to make it more sturdy since we're going to use it to hold the card closed. And you can see here that it's going to be just about the right fit. Just be careful when you're adding it on that you don't shift it, because then a little bit of it will show. But of course, if that happens, you can just trim it off. And then we'll add the sentiment to the front. I'm using the mini dimensionals to add on the birthday greeting. Now we need to add the label to this middle section right here of the card base, and we're going to use foam so that it lifts up a little bit, giving room for these other panels to be tucked in underneath. Now you can use the mini dimensional foam stickers or the regular size ones. I'm going to be using a piece of foam adhesive sheet that's been trimmed down. So I've cut this to be 4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. That just makes it easy for me because it's one piece with one backing to peel. But all of these are the same thickness, whether you're using the foam adhesive sheets or the hexagonal dimensional stickers, so you can use them interchangeably. I'm going to center this horizontally and vertically onto this space. And then this is going to go right on top of it. Again, centered. And I can tuck in my other pieces underneath. and make sure that everything comes together nicely. Here's our finished card. We got to do some fun stamping, and we have this gatefold that stays closed on its own, but then it opens up to reveal your message. And remember, if you need more room to write, you can add 2 additional message panels there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this dose of creativity. If you get a chance to try out the project, I would love to see it, so share it in my Facebook group or tag me if you're sharing elsewhere. If you're interested in Paper Pumpkin but don't yet have a demonstrator, you can find the subscription link as well as all of my other links in the description box below. I hope to craft with you again next time, and until then, have a great day.